Oh, oh, where are you going? Hey, listen, if I'm going to take the time to teach you how to do all this stuff, then you get your butt back out in that garage. And then you smash the subscribe and like button because I'm an awesome guy and I like to give free information. So you should do me a favor. But don't be walking away. We got things to learn today and to fix. So you better go grab your tools and get out in that garage right now. Right now. What are you waiting for? Go. Jeez. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And don't forget, I do have some merchandise if you want to. I save people thousands of dollars every month. Scratch my back, I scratch yours. Think about maybe donating or purchasing a shirt or something of that nature. I take all that stuff and I buy more projects and I make more free content to help everybody else. So all you'd be doing is not only helping me, but you'd be helping everybody else and yourself. So I kind of reliant on the help. That's all I'm going to say. So we got back from our trip with this thing and it did really, really well. I got the clutch a little bit hot trying to climb the hills and the mountainy stuff out there. And it started to groan a little bit after the first 350 miles to get there. But on the way back, I didn't experience anything. It just was perfect all the way back. So we didn't have any issues. However, I went to start it up yesterday and noticed that it has a little putting on idle. One of the cylinders has a little putt-putt misfire at idle, and it kind of carries through a little bit through the first portion of the throttle. So that could be a dirty fuel injector. It might just be time to do the plugs on this thing. I don't know when they were done. So today we're going to do that together. I also added some fuel injector cleaner to it. I don't want to pull the injectors out of this thing yet until I'm absolutely positive it can't be solved without tearing it apart. Because obviously, if you don't have to take it apart, why would you? Makes no sense. So I have a concentrated dose of fuel injector cleaner in the system right now, and today we're going to replace the spark plugs. I did spend the $12.99 per plug. This is a product of Honda. You're going to want to run NGK plugs. These come pre-gapped. I'm going to check them anyways, and then I'll tell you the tools and show you exactly what to do. We have to lift the seat up. I don't think we have to remove the seat. We just have to lift it up. So I got to go get a bungee cord, and then we'll talk about what tools you're going to need. So let's get started, and I hope this helps. Alrighty guys, so the first thing we're going to do is pop the seat, and the reason why is we have to access this little tiny door right here. To take that off, you need a Phillips head screwdriver. I'm just going to use power tools for this. I'm just going to lift it up. There's one screw on each side, and I'm just going to pop that screw off there. That'll give us access to the spark plug door. So I'm going to come over to that side, do the exact same thing on this side. There we go. Then just got to carefully take this door off here if we can. May have to use this just to get it started a little bit. There we go. Pop that back. And then that comes up. See if I can get my nails underneath it here a little bit. There we go. So you push it back and then you pull it forward. Then you let the seat down and it comes right out. Okay. And now for the fun. Let me get you guys over here so you can see what's going on. All right, so we have a spark plug wire here, a coil head, and a coil head over here. We have to remove both of those. So this might take a little bit of work. There's one. We're going to do one at a time. I'm just going to push that out of the way right there, off to the side. And then I have an extension over here, and the ratchet is a size 16. So if anybody was wondering, it is a size 16. And I just want to make sure that this is going the correct way. Come on. There we go. My ratchet's being silly. And let's see if we can fit that down in there, or if we need another extension. There we go. Oh, does not appear that we do. I got it loose. However, this would be easier with another extension on here because it's just crowding me for space. So now I don't have crowding of space. So I would use, okay, stay there. Thank you. I would use 2 extensions if you have them, and then you're going to need a magnet. I'm leaning over. My veins are already starting to pop out in my forearms. My hands are going to start to vein up real bad here pretty soon from leaning over. Okay, that should do it. I'm going to reach down in there. Telescoping magnet. We're just going to hook it right on the tip. Drag that guy out of there. Oh boy. Yeah. All right. Well, those have some use on them, that's for sure. I can just tell. They've got a fair amount of use on them. So, anyways, I purchased the same ones. So here we go. These have 17,000 miles on them, if anybody was wondering. 17,000 miles, that's what that looks like. And here's the new one. So, yep. Probably not worn out yet, but definitely starting to get there. The electrode on this one is a lot smaller than this electrode, so clearly the gapping distance is a little bit off here. So this should make an improvement on how it's running. So let's slowly drop this guy down into there. I'm going to put it right in the end of my ratchet here. I'm going to hold it with a finger lightly. I'm just going to drop it in there like that. There we go. And I'm going to slowly screw it in. Those dust boots are really good, so I wasn't concerned about anything being down in there because I can see that they had a very good seal. If those had dirt on the other side of them, I would have blown that hole out first before dropping that in there. All right, so let's do this properly here. We're going to make sure these have a really good seat. There we go. Beautiful. That one is done. Push that guy back on there. Make sure it's got a good connection. There we go. And now we'll do this side. Same thing on this side, guys. Pull that off of there carefully. This is a lot harder because there's a piece right here. Let me go around to the other side. I'm going to grab my spark plug and my tools here. So luckily the maintenance on this, as you can see, is fairly easy. Let's see if I can get this one off there. This is a pretty tight spot. Yep, that takes a lot of forearm strength. Okay. Come on out of there, buddy. No. Okay, that's good enough. I don't want to rearrange all that too much. I don't want to put too much strain on it. You know, it might be time to replace this ratchet. It feels like it's not doing so good. Having some problems with the head on this thing. All right, loosen it. There we go. Pop it off there. Back it out with my fingers. It was definitely time for spark plugs. Those electrodes were very shot. The gapping was way off on those compared to what it should be. So, all right. Grab my magnet, slide that down in there, pull that guy out. Oh yeah, that electrode's even worse. that one's pretty far gone. Wow, crazy. All right, well, there's that. There's that. These definitely have a lot of use on them. They have burning and all sorts of fun stuff. So, cool. That was definitely time to do that. Pop that guy down in there just like that. Start putting it in. There we go. Reverse my ratchet. Pop it on there. Remember, if you're doing this with extensions, be careful because you don't want to snap off the spark plug, and you certainly don't want to go too tight. Just go till it's reasonably tight. You can tell when it starts to seat, it gets very hard to turn, so you don't want to go much past hard to turn. Like that's good right there. And then we'll put that boot back on there, like so. Come on. There we go. Cool. So make sure those dust shields are seated very well on there. All right, so that's that. Let's crank it up, see what it sounds like. Remember, I do have a fair amount of fuel injector cleaner in this right now. We have a concentrated dose of fuel injection cleaner. So I'm actually going to turn off my Shure microphone so that you guys can hear this better, because this microphone will get cut out pretty bad with loud noises. So we're going to go ahead and remove this Shure microphone and just do it through my regular phone audio. All right, guys, let's crank this up. I want you to have good audio, so I've moved you pretty close to the rear. We're going to see if we get any putting. I'm going to put a cloth or a piece of paper or a cloth in front of it. If it sucks it back in, that's a misfire, and then if it blows it back out, that's obviously firing. What we're looking for is it not to suck it in, push it out, suck it in, push it out. I'll show you what I mean. Oh, see, it already sounds way better. Yeah, it already sounds 1,000 times better. Let's see what it's doing here. That's pretty good, man. Before it was like put, 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 put. So that is a huge overall improvement. So obviously those spark plugs were a bit worn out. They had a lot of miles on them. They gave us a good life, but this sounds really, really healthy. This looks good. It only has the occasional little skip. But as you can see, that's pretty constant pressure from both of those. If it was stopping and sucking the rag in, then blowing it out, sucking it in, like when we first started it, that's signs of a misfire. But that's constant pressure from both. So both of them are now firing now. The solve for me after 17,000 miles was spark plugs. It sounds super healthy. It's running beautifully. So I don't have to pull the fuel injectors and clean them. We're just going to let it run that fuel injector cleaner through the system, which will inevitably end up helping anyways across the board. So, but now it sounds really, really healthy. Yeah, I've got zero misfiring now. Took a little second to get going, but it's running perfect now. So there you go. That's how you can solve a misfire. You just kind of have to go through the system and see what's going on. The spark plugs were old. Yeah, these spark plugs were old and had a lot of miles on them. The electrodes were taken down pretty far, which means the gapping was off on these at that point. So these clearly had 17,000 miles on them. One cylinder was getting slightly hotter than the other, if you can tell. One's browning, the other one's not. So one cylinder was getting a little bit hotter, but it's running perfect. So there you go. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, show a little love and support to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the flip. Toodles.